All right, we are back with the boys on MMA. Today is it's about June 16th, kind of a dreary summer day, and here we are, late to the predictions and the videos. But hope you're all doing well. If you're with us, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoy. Please hit that like button. Hopefully you enjoy. We're just gonna chat here today about the fight night coming up, and we're going to chat about 303. Yeah, maybe some other stuff.
Yeah, you know.
We got Ryder, I'm Ryder, and we got
Jake.
Right on.
And Jordan.
All right. And we got a guy behind here. His name is, what's your name?
Aaron.
Right on.
We got Aaron.
Got Aaron cooking the books here.
It sounds like, yeah, I mean, you know, it sounds like you're all introducing yourselves for like a group presentation or something at school.
That was pretty grade 11, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes that feels nice.
I'm Jordan.
That's familiar.
I'm Jordan.
No,
I'm Jake.
There are people, you know, they might be just tuning in for the first time.
Yeah.
And if you're a first-time viewer,
Watch
God
the
bless you.
watch the rest of the videos. That's all we can say.
Yeah, go back, watch anything else, you know. But anywho, boys, we're pretty much, we know where we're at with all these UFC events, right?
A lot of news.
Cancellations.
A lot of news.
Go ahead. What do you know?
We just had some fights fall out. That's all I was going to say.
A bunch of big fights fell out for
we
sure.
had Chimaev fall out. We had Chandler pull out of the...
Chandler, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty dramatic to see like Chimaev in the hospital bed.
Is he in the hospital?
Oh, yeah.
So what's wrong with him exactly? Do they
he's
know?
like terminally ill from like COVID
From what?
4 years
Still?
ago.
Okay.
He's got like one fight in 4 years.
I think he trains too hard.
I guess it's possible.
I think he well, I've heard he like trains
He's
insane.
got like a disease. He's like about dead. He's
Really?
like in the hospital bed. He can't
Is
move.
there a picture of that?
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you search that up?
Just look up Chimaev in hospital bed.
Yeah, that's probably from like 3 years ago.
It
when he
could
had
be
COVID or
propaganda. It's so
something.
trippy, bro. It's like I don't even know what to make of these types of cancellations.
They said
like,
he was retired once before and he came back and that's from like
That's
ages
old,
ago.
but-
Yeah.
one of these
It
has
might
to
have
be
been
new.
old pictures you saw.
Dude, Ryder, you're the start of propaganda. You're spreading it, man.
Oh,
I
man. Are these
saw it
fake
on
news?
Fake news.
No, I saw it on Chimaev's Facebook page.
That's-
That's the one. That's
That's misinformation.
That's 2
Which
days
one?
ago. 2 days ago, right there, bottom, medium, bottom left.
Medium bottom.
It's like the
medium
one-
left.
Yeah, that one.
That
there.
one. That one.
Middle left.
Click on that one.
That's 2 days ago, and that's Chimaev's manager who posted this.
He's in like a freaking children's hospital. It's got like little owls on the wall and
Oh
stuff
my
like
gosh,
that.
he's laid out.
His face is covered intentionally because he's kind of like fucked up or whatever.
What?
Yeah. Chimaev's out of the
Oh
fight
my
night this next
God.
weekend versus Robert Whittaker.
Oh, that sucks.
Now, Ikram Aliskerov is a half decent prospect in middleweight. He's getting a big call up to fight Robert Whittaker, main event.
Huge test.
He's basically just like 2.0 Hamzat.
Well,
I mean,
Hamzat
He kind
knocked
of
him
looks the
out.
same.
Hamzat
Yeah,
knocked him
true.
out in a regional circuit, I believe. Uppercut.
Chimaev 16-0. This guy's 15-1. So he would have the same record as Chimaev if
They didn't cross
they never
paths.
cross path or whatever. Yeah.
Crazy.
So Ikram Aliskerov, he beat Warley Alves in the first round by KO.
He hasn't beaten many people.
He beat
Dude,
Phil
Warley
Hawes.
Alves knocked out
Phil
Colby
Hawes?
Chaos Covington.
Who did?
Warley Alves at one point.
Did he?
Yeah, he
no,
did.
he like guillotined him.
I
or
think he
something
beat
like that.
Colby.
Choked him out?
Yeah, and
Something
then
like
Ikram knocked him out about a year or two ago.
Yeah.
He knocked out Phil Hawes in the first round.
Whittaker's only 33. Hey, that's pretty young.
He is-
I thought
he
he
is
would have
young.
been like 35
Whittaker's
at this
awesome,
point.
man.
Whittaker is young, and Whittaker's awesome. I
Is-
think that he'll be a hard matchup for Aliskerov. If you look at Aliskerov's fight against those last two guys,
Yeah.
he knocks him out in the first round, but
So was Aliskerov? It looks like he was fighting welterweights, though. No.
well, Alves would have been a natural welterweight in reality. I don't know what the weight would have been at. Yeah, middleweight.
Oh.
But
okay.
he's like not long. He's not tall. He's like a welterweight gone up to middleweight at the end of his career. Warley Alves has probably 8-9 fights in the UFC. He's been around. But Ikram Aliskerov has 5 first-round knockouts. It's the most in UFC history. If he gets one on Robert, it'll be a UFC record, right?
What?
Yep. 6 wins by knockout, 5 of them. He's on a 5 knockout streak right now, and they're all first round.
Wow.
So, you know, it's in Saudi Arabia. Robert's flying to Saudi Arabia.
Of course.
Robert has a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Right?
I
This
bet
is-
Robert got a bit of a contract renewal.
Maybe
this fight.
he should have got a bunch of extra coin to
I
fight this
think so,
dangerous guy
yeah,
on
yeah,
short
yeah.
notice. For
Well,
sure.
he's just Robert Whittaker's just so the classic fighter, man. He'll just give guys kind of like Dustin Poirier
He'll give
did
him a
this
shot.
to Benoit Saint Denis, man. You give the younger guy a shot to
And
break
Dan
into the
Hooker
top 5 or whatever.
did it to Dan Hooker
Dan
too,
Hooker
and Dan
too,
almost
yeah.
beat the brakes off him at one point. But
Right.
then, anywho,
Diamond.
I think Robert has a lot to lose, and it's a tricky fight for him because it's similar style to Chimaev, like a sort of bad matchup for Rob.
Yeah.
He didn't look
Rob's-
like the best striker in his last 2 fights. So
well,
Rob,
he beat Polo, but he kind of got
lost to
got
Dricus,
rocked a few times.
and he beat Vittori, and
He's
he
got no
lost to
power
Adesanya.
anymore. Whittaker's got
That's
no
all
power.
Robert's got in 5 years is 4 fights,
No power.
2
Yeah.
losses, 2 wins.
So who'd he beat? He beat up Jared Cannonier, Marvin Vittori,
Oh, I don't have Jared on here. That's right, he did beat Jared.
Marvin Vittori, Paulo Costa.
I got the history right here.
Darren
You seen this?
Till.
Yeah, but this is all
for
look
Whittaker?
2020. So he from 2020. Yeah, that's actually a better.
That's a pretty
I
good
see, I
record.
see. Why wasn't that on the one I was looking at? Interesting.
Yeah, he beats up Darren Till.
Darren Till, fine. That was a fine fight.
Beats up Jared Cannonier.
Look at all these
Fine.
decisions.
Yeah, he's a decisionator.
But you know
No,
what?
no, go up.
Did you guys see the most recent?
No, go. Yeah.
He
So
lost
then
to
fights.
Dricus.
He fights Marvin, beats Marvin, fights Dricus, loses, wins against. Dude, his record's insane.
Yeah, but he was on chicken legs against Costa.
Yeah, but he won the fight.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, that's not gonna be. I mean,
He didn't look like the
Getting-
world beater Robert against Costa. He didn't look like a guy who's going to be dominant for another 5 years, in my opinion. He looked like he was on the tail end. And the Dricus loss was shocking, but then it's like Volkanovski. What's he going to go on another massive tear?
could.
Good. So could Robert.
I'd love to see it.
I think in this, I would bet on this fight, like Robert Whittaker, probably like around 3 or 4 TKO.
Robert Whittaker.
Just
Well,
light him up later.
Aliskerov, he's like, what? This is short notice for him, right?
It
In
is
a
short.
5-round fight. He's
Yeah.
probably going to gas pretty quick.
His wrestling defense is really good.
Robert,
Robert Whittaker's.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think he'll try to wrestle too much until he's in trouble or until he's getting tired in Ikram.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the co-main for this event, for the record, I'll go Robert because he's a beast. And he's a down-to-earth guy. He's, pretty reliable. He's got a great style.
I love Robert. I'd usually bet on him, but Ikram, his momentum is really
big.
good. I think Ikram's probably going to take this one.
Really? Yeah, you think so? You got a
Yeah.
funny feeling, eh?
TKO round 2.
Whoa. Jake's saying Ikram by TKO. Hey, I like those types of picks.
But
You got a
Robert, if you win, I'd be insanely happy.
Yeah, we're cheering for Robert here. but-
Whittaker, round 3 TKO.
Yeah, you like that pick. I like that too. Robert somewhere middle. late round
Aliskerov's going to
fight.
gas. Robert doesn't have any like one punch knockout power.
He'll
it
light him
seems
up
like.
though.
He's got
But-
head kicks though, man, and Ikram has been knocked out. So.
Yeah, it'll be like a kind of like a standing TKO. I feel like
Robert's got 7 losses and Ikram has 1. So that's how I you got to factor that in.
momentum.
Yeah, one
Like I
guy's
said.
got 1 loss. He's tasted defeat 1 time.
One time.
That's a good co-main. That's a high level co-main.
Co-main's huge. We got
Heavyweight.
Sergei Pavlovich ranked number 3 at heavyweight. His last fight was Tom Aspinall. It was a loss. He's only got 2 losses.
Yeah, Sergei.
It's Overeem at the start of his UFC career in a decision.
and Tom
And
Aspinall.
then Tom Aspinall by KO
But
recently.
that one was pretty bad.
Volkov has a bit of momentum. He lost to Tom a while ago, but he's beat Biggie Boy 2-3 years ago. He beat Tai Tuivasa.
Just recently.
He beat Alexander Romanov, and then he lost to Tom Aspinall at
You
one
check
point.
out Volkov's record, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I like Volkov here. You know, he does pretty good against like brawlers like Pavlovich. The exception to that was like Big D Derek Lewis.
So yeah,
who
he
hit him with that shot with like whatever
right.
in the last round.
He was piecing him up, though.
Oh, so he goes on Rosenstruck.
He's on a 3-fight tear right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
man, he's long. He's rangy.
Good for him.
Before that, he
Volkov's been
lost to
around-
Tom.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall.
And he beats Tybura, who's currently ranked like 5.
Really?
Yeah, Tybura's on a 2-3 fight win. He loses to Cyril Gahn by decision. I forgot that fight. I
was a
think it's
decision?
forgettable.
Huh.
Oh, he beat the Reem.
Reem.
Oh, but it was Sergei who lost to the Reem. So Alex,
Dude, that's a good record, man, for Volkov.
yeah, strong.
Like
he
he's
lost to Blades
some,
decision.
Some good guys, but
He hasn't been knocked out except for Derek Lewis.
Pavlovich
He's a
looked
beast.
pretty bad against Aspinall. He
just looked like
I don't know. It's just,
he looked stiff. He did look stiff.
yeah, true, but I think it's just
Not
striker,
bad.
striker versus striker. That's what's gonna happen.
That's how he punches.
people
though,
get
eh?
knocked out.
Yeah.
Tom's so fast.
So fast.
Tom is so fast.
So it's pretty much it's a coin toss. I think these odds are pretty close on Volkov and Sergei here.
I'm gonna go
18-2. He's got a strong record.
He looks pretty funny, Pavlovich.
15 first round finishes. So obviously that's not in the
Yeah,
UFC.
it's kind of a young boy's face and then like a massive
60-year-old fisherman's body.
Yeah, he's been at
Totally.
the high seas.
All of his
for-
weights in his chest and
20 years.
midsection. Hey, like
Yeah.
he's not even like jacked. He's just like
He's a thick
4
boy.
feet wide. He's just a sheet of plywood.
Yeah,
at
he's
times.
barrel.
He's like
plywood.
10 sheets of
Barrel.
plywood.
Just a full barrel.
Just an oil drum.
He looks like what I imagine like a special ops, like Russian military person
Yeah.
to look like.
He'd be the
almost
enforcer.
retired though.
Yeah, he's on the way out.
Retired.
Yeah.
So this is a sneaky third fight of the night is Kelvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez
D-Rod.
at welterweight. So,
D-Rod.
so what can you say about Kelvin Gastelum? I mean, he took Israel to the brink.
That's his greatest moment, I
For
think.
sure.
Yeah.
Then from
It's like
there,
it's his only moment, pretty much.
Yeah.
from there he had some tough stuff. He lost to Robert Whittaker at middleweight. No shame.
Yeah,
Then he
he-
lost to Cannonier.
Jacker Manson.
He beat a guy named Chris Curtis. That was a decent win.
Yeah, that was
He
his
lost-
latest win.
Most recently, he lost to Sean Brady. Oh, we're on
This one we're looking at?
No, you're on Warley Alves there.
We looking at
Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah, you had
Where
him
did
up
he
there
go?
actually.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah,
Mhm,
there
you might
he
have
is.
clicked on his old opponent.
So is this at welterweight?
yeah, welterweight. So
So
Kelvin's dropped
dropping
down.
back down.
Yeah, how'd he look
He
last
lost to
time?
Brady. Remember?
Yeah,
It was a bit of a heartbreak moment. And
it's tough.
yeah, what was that submission in the third round? So he was doing okay. But then I think he got choked out. I'm not sure how. That was recently though.
He's been around a long time, man. Kelvin Gastelum.
What's the date on that? December 2nd, 23? Yeah, so we're only 7-8 months removed from that. Not
Yeah.
bad though. That's a long turnaround.
It's more here.
Yeah, Whittaker
See-
lost.
See, it's not even showing it there.
That's weird.
Is that
it was
'cause it-
probably because it was overturned in some way.
Yeah.
Why would they not have the result if
What?
not?
Gastelum versus Heinisch.
He's probably on steroids, fucking Cannoneer.
How did
Steroids.
Gastelum get? Oh, he beat Heinich. Yeah,
Decision. Ian Heinisch.
Jacker Manson. The
So
Joker.
that's fine. You know, in my opinion, I think Daniel Rodriguez is decent.
Whoa.
He decision lost to Ian Gary, and he beat the Leech, and he lost decision to Neil Magny. So like, is he a beast? No. He's got good grappling. Daniel Rodriguez is 37 years old.
Oh my
He
God.
looks right off the street.
He's
He
a
looks
pro
right out of-
fighter.
right out
He's
of jail.
17 and
right
4.
off the street. He's right off the street.
Well, as if he doesn't have like some hardcore tattoos, no doubt.
Totally.
What's the age on the
He looks like
37?
he's-
He
He's
looks like
37.
it looks like he's like a former street fighter. Like he's like just tough as nails.
Oh, he's tough. He's probably been to prison.
Oh yeah.
You know, you got
Looks scary.
Dude, he's got
Bad
like a
posture.
prison fence tattooed on like his
does look a bit
traps.
sketchy.
there
a
you
bit
go.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Me, I got D-Rod, but I don't know. Kelvin needs a little resurgence here. I think Kelvin's due for a win.
Not really.
He's
Due
only
for a-
32 years old.
due for a loss.
How do you figure?
What? D-Rod,
'Cause
he beat like Leech.
He is.
right?
Yeah, you're right. He's 32.
He's 32 years old. He's got some tough losses to Robert Whittaker, Jared Cannonier,
I think-
Sean Brady. Those are all top 5
Rodriguez beat the league.
people. Leak, yeah.
That was that night where Hamzat
split
was supposed to
decision.
fight
Leech.
Diaz or something.
Yeah, everybody got bumped down, and Leach had to fight D-Rod, and he lost to an old man from prison. Fuck you, D-Rod. I got Kelvin Gastelum here, but I would just bet on this fight going over like 1.5 rounds. They're both kind of cautious grapplers, strikers, and they're both kind of short. They're both
I
kind of
think
shitty.
Isn't D-Rod more of a striker
Yep.
than Gastelum?
Maybe.
I think Gastelum's
I don't think
going
his
to be
boxing
looking
is nutty, though. Look at the fucking odds right there. Gastelum's huge favorite. How do you guys like that?
Oh, yeah.
That's something. Somebody's betting thousands of dollars on Gastelum.
I'll go Gastelum as well. Okay.
Okay.
He's a
What
classic
else we
UFC
got?
vet. I like Gastelum too. Whenever he's on the mic, he's just like, "Hey guys," he's like chill as frig.
Yeah.
super laid back. Well, besides that, it's a top-heavy card.
Well, we
So
got
go-
Oezdemir and Johnny Walker.
That's right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Oezdemir and Johnny Walker, and I mean,
Wait, the Pirate got canceled?
no, he's back on with another
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
So Sharaputdin. Okay, let's talk about this. We got Johnny Walker live He's a favorite.
Yeah.
Oezdemir hasn't fought in a while, but holy cow, Johnny Walker's 6'6" on paper. I guess he says, yeah, that's freaky.
Brazil. Shama.
Shama.
Dude, Johnny Walker's like a complete specimen.
Yeah.
He just he's just lacking a chin.
Yeah,
That's
his
it.
brother though came out recently to fight, and he wasn't that great. They're from the same gym. He debuted at heavyweight. Remember Johnny Walker's brother? He had a different name though.
You know what? Brazilians?
219 pounds on Johnny Walker. Look at that. Why does it say 219 pounds?
Johnny Walker.
If you think about Brazilians,
That's heavyweight. That's a different weight.
they kind of have weak chins, hey?
Not a lot of them have
Brazilians?
great chins.
Sometimes.
Oliveira.
Dos Anjos had a decent chin. Rafael Dos Anjos.
Yeah,
he
that's
had a
true.
good beat 'em up chin. But he
been a
wasn't
few.
fighting power punchers either.
Aldo was getting a little.
He was
after
chinny
McGregor.
after McGregor, but
After
before
McGregor.
that he was not chinnable.
Yeah.
Maybe
So, I
not.
mean, I got Johnny Walker in this fight. Look at the reach. So, what is 18 centimeters? That's over 6 inches. 18 centimeters is like almost 7 inches. So, he's got a 7-inch reach advantage. He has about a 3.5-inch height advantage.
Johnny Walker was
And he's
just-
got the momentum.
He was just that guy. I remember when he was up on his tear.
Yeah.
We're like, this guy is going to beat John
Johnny. Yeah, yeah.
Jones.
Johnny
and
Walker.
He
Yeah.
fought Corey Anderson, and that was. He's been kind of up and down ever since. I hope he gets back on a win streak, though.
Yeah, me too. I like Johnny Walker's personality. And
Yeah.
as far as Oezdemir, like he's a veteran, but the personality's lacking. So I got no association with Oezdemir. It's
Yeah.
like I remember he got slept bad by. He got slept bad in a highlight, and I think it was against Derek Lewis. Oezdemir. You go to Oezdemir's record, Aaron.
Sorry, buddy.
It's all good.
Oezdemir, you think, got knocked out by Derek Lewis?
No, because that's heavyweight. But
Yeah.
he has a couple of bad
Anthony
losses.
Smith,
So
he wins, loses against
Paul Craig.
Krylov.
He beat Paul Craig,
Paul
who's
Craig.
great.
Oezdemir had Yuri Procházka on freaking
On the ropes, didn't
noodle
he?
legs,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So he lost to Ankalaev by decision. So there's no shame in that. Oof, that was 21,
Yuri Procházka.
right? But Yuri was on skates.
I got
Rakic,
Oezdemir here.
Look at that. There's no winner to Oezdemir Rakic.
Oezdemir's
What
going to
was it?
find the chin with one clean little
Decision.
tight hook. He's going to knock out Johnny Walker.
Go load more.
Probably.
Reyes decisioned him. Smith subbed him in the fucking last, like,
And then he just beat Anthony Smith, right?
Smith.
Daniel Cormier TKOs Oezdemir somehow.
What? That was a fight.
Jimmy Manawa loses to Volkan Oezdemir by KO.
Cormier versus Oezdemir. Was that like a...
Kruknikov. Yeah, that's about it, huh? That's about it that I could remember.
A lot of
Alright.
fights. Oh,
That's
there.
good.
Oezdemir has not been around recently, but he is a strong fighter.
19 and 7.
To go to the distance, to go the distance with Ankalaev is great.
That'd be a cool fight.
Sure, they're both tall and long.
Yeah.
They both favor the striking. Oh, they got the leg reach there, eh? Johnny Walker.
Pretty cool. There he
So
is.
go up one. We got the pirate.
Pirate.
Go down one. Sorry, Sharaputdin versus
Pirate.
Jolton Lutterbach.
What?
So what happened was
The pirate.
Michel Pereira knocked out Ior Pereira with that backflip illegal TKO that wasn't overruled.
Yeah.
Then Ior Pereira was supposed to fight Sharo Magomedov. They don't even have his full name.
Go to the pirate.
Sharaputdin Magomedov. Yeah. So he's 12-0. His name is Sharaputdin, but they just love to shorten things. The UFC is like, make it easy.
Shara.
Make it easy.
What's his? Wait.
He's got one eyeball.
I mean,
Oh
he
my
looks
God.
like a...
He's got one eyeball. His other one's fully
His
non-functional.
highlights are insane. His striking is some of the best I've ever seen.
I
Yeah, but
mean,
he also looks
yeah.
sloppy and terrible
What?
at the same time.
No.
There's only one
He
fight in
looked
his
like
record.
a ninja who just got smashed but is about to win the fight.
Oh, He does.
That's what I'll say about
You know
him.
what he
He's been
looks
at
like?
sea in the
Yeah,
1700s for months.
He's a different type of fighter.
He looks like an inbred goat shepherd.
No.
Is what he looks like.
Little
Realistically.
Yeah, like the shepherd is a little more accurate, I would say. But
Yeah, that
He
guy's
almost
not a
looks
pirate.
Amish. He almost
He
looks,
looks
he
like
could
an
be
Amish farmer.
Yeah, Amish guy.
If you
he was
actually-
in a lumber
You know what?
accident.
If you actually like block out half of his face with your hand,
He's not bad looking.
yeah,
Super
he-
handsome
He
looking
actually
guy.
doesn't
Yeah,
look that.
no
and
doubt.
like if you kind of like the beard's a bit
Pirate's hot.
much, but yeah, it's just the
All
eye.
right. Yeah.
No, he's got a normal look. He looks like a
Well, I mean,
He's
I
a little
wouldn't say
scary.
normal look. I'd say like I'd take a second glance at him.
jacked as hell.
He's shredded.
Go back one. That one's go back.
Shredded.
There's clearly edited that back one, top left corner. He looks like a little GI Joe doll. Somebody's in love with this guy and is like editing his photos to look like that or something. No, look, the UFC posted that. They're posting fake AI augmented photos of the pirate.
No, that's a real photo. It's just filtered.
He just goes from that to that.
No, he's filtered.
Why does he have like a tanned guy's body? He's a
He's like
ginger.
an Adonis. Look at the top left corner. Now again, he's just like a different physique. His chest is the same though, I guess. Anyway, I mean the pirate. So what's happened is he was supposed to fight Ior Pereira, who's a middleweight / light heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that was going to be a decent fight. Well, he got KO'd
by Pereira.
He was supposed to fight a month later. He can't. So they brought up a pop can.
0-0 record.
He doesn't have a pro record.
An empty pop can.
And he's got no picture. So I just wrote versus a can of pop here. So, but he does have a name. He is a fighter, and he is going to show up. That's the important thing.
I've got Letterbox by decision.
There you go. It could be that because we saw the last fight versus Bruno Silva. Sharaputdin.
There's no
I follow you on
stats
Facebook.
on
You get about 80 likes a post. I like it, but
You follow who on Facebook?
Sharaputdin Magomedov.
He has a Facebook?
Yep, but
Nice.
you know, versus Bruno Silva, you looked pretty human. So hopefully you come with some more steam versus this can, and you can you know, move on to the next one with good style.
I don't know if he's got a 0-0 record.
He doesn't.
Man.
No,
I
he
think
doesn't.
It's just not updated in the UFC
I think
web page.
I think you're right.
Maybe though.
So that's all I really want to talk about.
Yeah, they
with
just
the
got
fight
nothing
night.
on him.
Yeah. No, I think
there's
that's good.
Literally nothing.
It's definitely.
Yeah, go back though to the that one and find that fight, Aaron, and you'll see he has a record. So go down to the prelims. Oh, you might have to just go up, and then when it says main card, go to
prelims.
and he's the top one. He's
Joelton.
fighting a guy who's 38-9, who's 31 years old. So he's probably like a regional
Who
fighter.
has a
He just doesn't have any pro wins that are on the UFC's database or whatever.
he also has a different name in this.
No, Joelton. Oh yeah, the Santos
The last
versus.
name is different. In this one, it says Lutterbach.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got a different last name.
weird.
So that's how you know he's a can. He's got no record, two last names.
No,
It's a
he-
mystery man.
Yeah.
Well, you know who I'm going with.
Yeah, the pirate all day, baby. But I like Joe's pick. The other guy decision. It's
That,
probably like
that's
a
an all right
million to
fight
one.
too.
Yeah.
You know,
Hapcrast,
Gordon.
Nasrat Hapcrast versus Jared Gordon, who beat Paddy Pimblett.
You know what?
dude, he lost.
Go back to that, Aaron. We liked that last page there. No, the other one. Yeah. Then we got Finrat Fekradinov, and I've heard that name. I've seen this guy.
Finrat. It's
Oh, Rinat.
Finrat.
Fin rat.
Sorry, Rinat Fekradinov
Fekradinov.
versus Nick Dalby. That's actually a good fight. Nick Dalby's from Denmark, and he's an underdog.
Yeah.
This is a fight night
All
worth
right,
watching.
Yeah,
for sure.
we're getting into the deep
Yeah.
weeds
Okay.
of it.
Go
We'll
down
be
a little
You
watching.
guys
bit.
want to move on to
Go down a
303?
little
Or?
bit more. I think there's one more on here.
Here's another ghost.
Go down to the Dennis Tululin's on here. No, we're good. These boys will have a great
Yep.
All right, well,
opening card.
a good fight night. We'll watch it this Saturday. Ryder's going to be away, so
I'll be watching it.
he'll
I'll
be
be
watching
watching.
where he is.
Yep.
Jordan and Aaron probably be watching it with me at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say so.
We'll be tuning in.
Tuning in.
So if you've liked the video so far, please remember to maybe leave a comment, like, subscribe, and
And if you disliked it,
go ahead and do that too.
dislike it as well.
Because that's chill. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
YouTube is chill like that.
No,
Why else would they have a dislike button if you weren't
just
able to
don't
do
bother.
Yeah.
that? We're going to move on. We're going to do the same thing with UFC 303 right now. And we're just going to move right into it. Starting
so
with the main event.
I think we should talk
well,
about
yeah,
Conor
there's stuff that
McGregor.
happened, yeah.
You know,
I really thought Conor would fight because, like, you had a good point. Both these guys in their entire careers, how many cancellations do they have?
None.
They have how many?
Up until now, one.
They each have one now.
Yeah. It's pushed back.
It's a
Is it a
cancellation.
cancellation?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it is
Fuck yeah,
cancellation.
it is. They sold a $20 million gate and then they canceled the main
Yeah,
event.
that sucks. But hey, the UFC did a decent job refilling the spot. I mean, I'm looking forward to that fight. I'll watch that
Everybody
fight.
will agree that it's deeper and better now.
Well, I don't think it's better than a Conor McGregor card because nothing really beats
It's
that.
better for the UFC's rankings and the development of the sport and the championship statuses. Conor McGregor Chandler was just two kind of retired cans who've been waiting 2 years to fight.
That everybody wanted to watch.
Totally. I think that the pay-per-view would have been okay. Wouldn't have been no Khabib, Conor.
Nothing's could beat Conor, but it probably would have done $1 million. if
Maybe
not over.
half. Pretty good still. 1 million buys. Dustin and Islam just did 500,000. So
I just think any McGregor card does at least above 500,000, if not $1 million. The last.
I'm not
five
talking
have-
pay-per-view though, because that helps the UFC. I'm talking me as a fan. Do you think it's better to have Pereira, Procházka, Ortega, Lopes?
Besides the fact,
blah, blah.
Besides the fact that the fight's at 170, it's actually not a bad fight for the lightweight division. It makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
That's the
it does.
funniest thing you've ever said. Besides the fact that
He
it's
lost
not
to
at the
Dustin.
weight
They
class.
both lost to Dustin Poirier. That was their last fight.
Right. When was that?
2
years ago. Bro.
Yeah, well, he broke his leg.
It's just so long ago where it's
He
like,
broke his leg.
to compare Alex, who's fought all these.
You don't think he would have fought sooner if he didn't break his leg?
I'm not saying that.
Well,
I don't
what
know
are you
you're
saying then?
I'm saying Alex is better as a main event, in my opinion. Better for the sport.
I would have liked to see McGregor fight. I see Alex is great. He fights all the time. I love watching him
He's
fight.
the poster boy right now.
We've seen this fight.
He's the guy right now.
We've
as
seen this
opposed
fight.
to-
We've seen this fight. We've seen it. We just saw it like
Yeah,
a
that's
few
an
months
interesting
ago.
take.
I was
Yeah,
excited
it's
for
interesting.
McGregor Chandler.
If we're
but-
wondering how that fight would go, we kind of saw it. So it's either Jiří does something different in this fight, and actually, I don't know, he does something different. But if
No,
it's
I
going to
think
be
Alex could
similar
take it
result,
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
exactly.
what, on this fight, when they called both these guys, it looks like Poatan Pereira, he was like on some like media tour in Australia or something.
Yeah.
He's having fun.
Jiří, he was like in his like lake house in like
Wherever
the Czech
he lives.
Republic,
Yeah.
like meditating in the sauna for
Chilling.
the past 2 weeks, training every day.
Yeah.
And he's like, that last fight, he fought Rakic, UFC 300, and he was like outside the T-Mobile Arena like the night before, like just staring at it, like standing there.
Yeah.
So he's a different breed. I think he's more suited for the, short notice fight than Pereira.
Maybe. And the age honestly suits Jiří here. I didn't realize he was so young.
Well, Alex Pereira just like, I mean, I have seen videos of him. He's sparring hard. He's going hard, man. I think they're
He's
both
not out of
going.
shape.
No,
Right?
he's probably never out of shape. He's probably constantly training all the time in some way or another. It's a great main event, but yeah, like I said, Conor would have been cool, but we'll see that later.
Guys, want
We
to
get to
see
see another fight.
records, or you good?
We Jiří's record we're pretty familiar with
Who
these
was
guys.
Jiří's last 4 fights, Jake?
Last 4 fights would have been
Glover.
Yeah,
Right.
Glover, and then before that
Was
was
With that
Reyes.
spinning elbow.
Before that was Oezdemir.
That's who he knocked out. It was
Before that-
Jiří knocked out Oezdemir. Wasn't no Derek Lewis. Yeah, I don't know.
it's
There
a-
would have been
just
more
fine.
hype behind the McGregor. That's why he sells $20 million gate. But as far as current athletes and current rankings and current fights go, Ortega is not a better co-main event, in my opinion. Ortega Lopes over Hill Olberg. I was disappointed to see that fall out.
Yeah,
I wanted Hill to maybe come back, prove his worth.
Yeah,
But
he's on
instead
he's on a tirade, man. He wants to fight Alex so bad.
This now Hills. He probably was injured, I guess.
Was he?
Yeah.
Is that what
Well,
he said?
somebody pulled out, and it wasn't Olberg because he's fighting
Oh,
Anthony
yeah,
Smith.
yeah. Well,
So-
he's had injuries in the past.
So that's 3
His Achilles.
injuries for the next 2 events, right? You got Olberg, Jamal's injured, and you got McGregor, Chandler. Somebody's injured.
Yeah.
And then you got Chimaev, who's injured. Chimaev.
Yeah.
It's a lot of injuries. Bad spree here for the UFC, but this is a fine fight. Lopez has tons
What's
of steam.
Ortega's last few fights? Lopez, he just knocked out Sadiq Youssef.
Yeah, that looked
He
good.
didn't knock him out, did he?
He did.
Did he?
Yep.
So it was
He
Brian
knocked him out.
Ortega's last fights were
Oh, yeah.
Yair, and Volk. That's
Mhm.
Brian.
yeah.
So he's got 1 win in his, 2 wins in his last 4. One of them is Chan Sung Jung. He's 2 for 5. is Ortega.
Yeah, he's not great.
He doesn't fight very often either.
He's just beat the zombie.
No, he
and
doesn't
he's
fight
beat
very
Yair.
often.
Once a year he fights. Yeah, you had 2018. You got 5 fights since 2018.
I know, yeah, it's not...
Versus a guy in Lopes who's fought like 5 times in the last 12 months.
Totally.
I think he's only got 3 or 4 UFC fights though, so...
God, he's got that hair.
Yeah, he's got a dope band. He's probably in like a sick
That's
punk
like
band.
the lead singer of Billy Talent had that haircut back in like
He is a Billy Talent looking haircut.
2007.
Big time. So Evliov, he took him to the distance, and Evliov was supposed to be like a new featherweight champ, but Lopes kind of exposed him. Then he beat Tucker, then he beat Pat Sabatini.
First round.
I mean,
man.
he just hasn't been tested, like,
Well, he
that much.
he fought Evliov, who's ranked number 4 at featherweight, so that was a good test.
True.
And then he knocked out Sadiq Youssef, who's ranked number 6 at featherweight, in the first round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's ranked what, Diego?
He's top 10 right now. I'm not sure what his current ranking is.
What is
It might say
Yair
on the-
ranked?
Oh, Yair was like 3 or 4. He was over Josh Emmett because he had beaten Josh Emmett.
Yeah, and then there's Taporia.
Is
What's
that the-
Max Holloway?
That's that the ranking right
he
there?
was, He was
2?
2.
1?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
What is he?
Who are you
Ranked,
looking for?
Ranked number what?
14.
14.
And Ortega's ranked number 3.
Holy shit.
It's a big difference here.
That's nice of Brian, honestly, to take the fight. Because I mean,
They probably paid him a lot to do
the
it.
The ranking is everything. Like if Brian loses this, Brian goes to
Brian's
like
an eagle,
4 or 5.
Brian's-
Yeah, he's sore. Brian will soar again.
He will soar again.
I think that Brian is
T-City.
resurged into the next level of psychosis. He's on that Jamal Hill level of
He's
psychosis.
only lost 3 times.
He's like, I'm a fucking eagle. It's like, wait, you're a man.
he is an eagle, man.
I
It's
got
an
Brian
alright.
Ortega because I think
No.
they're both great. Wow, on paper. Look
Are
at that.
they-
Look at
are you
that.
kidding
Diego
me?
Lopes is 160 pounds.
Dude, I would totally bet on Diego Lopes.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah,
He's gonna destroy him.
I like that bet. I like it either way. What's the odds on it? Anything?
I love you, Brian.
Dude, Brian Ortega
It's
has a
gonna be
no
granite
odds.
chin.
It's not on display
Huh?
here.
He has a granite chin. Brian
No odds.
Ortega.
That's
Doesn't?
fine, buddy.
Yeah, he does, man. Who's knocked him out?
Dude, Yair just knocked him down in his last fight.
Yeah, and then freaking Brian came back
Finished
and freaking finished him with his granite chin.
Yeah, his hair's pretty good too. Damn.
It's hair for hair. It's Mexican white guy braids versus Brazilian punk
Oh,
Billy
come
Talent
on. Wait a
guitar player hair.
second.
What do you got?
Nothing.
Do you want the odds or do you want to
I just
move on
didn't like
to the
the
next
look
fight?
of the. I didn't like the look of the card after these. Top three.
I know this is bad here, bro. This
Jordan,
is
I know
bad.
you like this guy.
Without McGregor,
An-
this was falling
Anthony
apart.
Shrewhart Smith.
Yeah, Anthony Shrewhart Smith. He just beat.
He actually, no. He earned our respect last card.
Yeah,
there.
he
Yeah.
did. You know,
And you know what? He
Lionheart,
cost me a little
man.
bit of money with his little rear naked choke on. Who did he fight there?
God, it was that Brazilian fighter.
Calbarajo.
No,
It wasn't
Lionheart,
Barajo.
baby. Let's
who's his
go.
last fight, Aaron?
Petrino.
The Vitor Petrino.
Yeah.
Petrino.
He chokes out Vitor Petrino in round 1. The guy has no submission defense.
Dude, he beat Ryan Superman Span.
No,
Superman
he
Span.
did, yeah. And then he lost to Khalil Roundtree by TKO in round 3. That's not a terrible look. That was
I love
after Khalil.
Khalil. I want Khalil to come back.
Yeah, he's got to resurge.
Let's go, Khalil.
He got TKO'd by Ankalaev. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough fight because Olberg was going to be fighting in Jamal Hill, but now he's fighting Smith, who's much craftier in my opinion. Jamal Hill obviously has better striking, but I would say, Smith has been around longer. He's more tested. He's like obviously tough. He's obviously got good wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and like Jamal Hill, he beat up Glover. He beat up a few good folks, but he's a young guy. Not too many fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
But Smith, what's his record? He's like fucking 30-20.
He's a vet, man.
Yeah, he's fought a lot of people in the UFC.
38, 19.
38-20.
That's a lot of
38-19.
fights, man.
So,
Yeah, it's a lot of fights.
He's crafty. He's a crafty vet.
yeah. Olberg's really up and coming, though. It's like, who has he fought? Well, Olberg has only fought a handful of people. He knocked out Alonzo Menefield in his last fight. But who the hell is Menefield? Like, he's only got like a top 10 win, 1. And then before Menefield, he lost his UFC debut against Kennedy Njoku.
Alonzo Metafield is jacked.
I know.
15-4.
He's got a great record too, but he didn't have any top 10 wins, right, in the light heavyweight.
God, Alonzo.
So it's tough. It's actually tough. I would say that Anthony Smith's chin does not hold up to Ulberg's strong power punches.
Nope.
It's a hard fight.
Anthony
for me, I think.
Shoehart Smith.
Ulberg is gonna freaking gas, man.
I don't mind that either.
his
Gassing
last
Ulberg is
3.
fine by me.
I think he's gonna gas.
He's won a lot of. He's
Yeah,
won like.
he's 11-0.
And
or
what are his
11-1.
fights? Round one.
But
This guy's pretty good.
But look,
know,
he
round
lost
one is
to
pretty
Kennedy
quick.
and Njoku in the second round. He was TKO'd in 2021.
Hmm.
So he is beatable. And
Dude,
Njoku
Anthony
is
Shoehart Smith is
good.
coming on his next run. He's won us all over.
Shoehart.
You know, we were disrespecting him. You know,
I don't mind
we're
it.
making fun of him a little bit, but
he's
pretty good.
He is a dope guy too.
Yeah,
Whenever he's on the
he's
mic,
nice.
he's
Crafty
like,
vet, man.
I have honor. I love my family. All this good stuff. I'm like, okay, this guy's okay with me.
He's a great guy.
Tell that story.
Yeah, you guys
of when-
talked about him last time, and
Yeah,
Ryder,
Jake-
you said you liked his values.
I do like his values. And Jake, tell that. Well, just when you're on the mic, you're either selling the fight or you're saying who you are. And I liked.
He's pretty authentic.
Yeah, I think he's authentic. Tell
that's
that
good.
story about Anthony's toughest fight.
Oh yeah, well, story
Lionheart.
legend has it. Well, he told this story on a podcast, but somebody had broken into his house in the middle of the night, and he was a guy on drugs, and his family's in the house, so he's freaking out.
Kids are sleeping.
He meets this guy in some room
In the
and
darkness.
literally fights with him. He like calls the cops. Cops are going to be there when they get there.
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
What
20
city is
minutes.
it?
He proceeds to fight.
I don't know
this-
where he's from. I don't know where. I think
somewhere
it's-
in America.
Yeah, he's American.
Somewhere in Middle America. Where is he? Oh, hang on.
Lionheart hometown.
That's not gonna say really.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go on.
Anyways, yeah, this guy broke into his house and he meets him in a room. He had phoned the cops. The cops are coming. He proceeds to fight him for like 20 minutes,
Nebraska.
tussling with this guy. He's like, I fought John Jones, the best fighter in the world, possibly of all time.
And this
This
guy,
guy
in his
was a
house.
harder fight.
The crackhead.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bit different. You know, he's
This
fighting
guy's
John
complete-
Jones. He's all geared up. He probably woke up. He probably wasn't even asleep. He was probably freaking jerking off or
Plus,
something
it's
in the
bare
bathroom.
knuckle. Unless
And
he
then
put
this
his
guy
gloves on.
shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably like drunk or something.
Yeah,
It's different.
I don't know. He was saying shit like, if this guy has a knife and he stabs me, I probably have like at least 1 or 2 minutes to take him out before I die. I'm like, that's pretty fucking hardcore, dude.
It's crazy, man. Did he have a knife?
No, he just
no,
pinned
didn't.
him eventually, and the cops ended up helping
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And he was okay, but
Full
But
mount?
hey, we respect Anthony Smith.
It sounds like a marketing ploy to me for Anthony Smith. It was probably his freaking buddy.
no, it's
that he invited over.
These
Buddy.
guys, what they do is they attract attention. Like Cheeto Vera, when he was fighting Sean O'Malley, his whole house in Venezuela was robbed and everything was stolen. It was like his whole place was ransacked.
Cheeto Vera is not from Venezuela though, so I doubt he would.
Oh, where's he
live
from?
There.
Ecuador.
Ecuadorian.
Ecuador.
In Ecuador, his whole place was robbed. They took a bunch of stuff from him, and
Dude, I think Cheeto Vera lives in like California or something.
no, he's Ecuadorian.
Yeah, he
lives,
is.
He lives
Cheeto.
in Ecuador. He
But-
trains out of America. Nobody's training in Ecuador professional.
Gosh, he is just every guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Look
got
at
every
look how
look.
many different looks he has.
Totally, and he's got no
He's
mustache,
like a
no hair.
He's
got
like a
bald.
weatherman. He's like a guy on the street on Pandora,
And there's this guy.
and then he's like a gang member on the thing.
Yeah, Tony Smith. I think back to Anthony Smith. I think he could
Look
take
at the
this.
many faces of Marlon Vera.
Yeah, Marlon's okay with me.
I hated that last title fight with Sean.
Tough one.
He got beast up a little bit.
If you were to bet on Anthony Smith and Allberg, I'd go over 1.5. I don't think Anthony Smith gets knocked out right away. And I think, I think,
Anthony Smith by decision.
yeah, I have more luck on like betting on fights.
Oh.
going
It's gonna
over
be
the
Anthony.
distance.
If Anthony Smith wins, it's gonna be by submission.
I was
Yeah,
just thinking
100%.
that.
Against a heavy striker with probably poor jiu-jitsu. Where's he from, Allberg? I think he's
He's
either
from Australia.
The Pirate.
They got no jiu-jitsu over there, man.
Okay. Anyways, what's below that?
Not a lot. If you
Ian
could just go to
Machado
the main
Gary?
card here,
I want to talk about Ian Gary.
He is pretty much next.
Fighting Michael
Mayra
Page.
Bueno Silva,
That's a
Macy
good fight.
Chiasson. Obviously Bueno Silva, big live favorite. So if you're going to be betting on, but look at that, 5-inch height differential. Macy Chiasson is tall, and she's a strict striker. Bueno Silva, she looked bad against her last fight. Was couldn't tell you her opponent, but
Who was her last fight there?
Mayra Bueno Silva's last fight.
Macy's or Mayra?
Myra.
Mayra. Ancient Mayra.
It was
Pennington.
she lost to Pennington for the belt. Woo-hoo. And then she
Oh my
beat
god.
Holm by submission. And that's what gave her the shot, really.
Who has the belt?
Raquel Pennington. She's the current champion.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Didn't know that.
Wait, Raquel Pennington's the current champion?
You
I'm
bet
such
she
a
is.
bad person.
Raquel Pennington's current champ. She's got a title defense too against Mayra Bueno Silva.
Is it-
She got
I'm
it from somebody else.
I'm a bad UFC man.
Who's her last fight? Raquel Pennington. So she's the bantamweight champ. She got the strap from this fight. It was like a interim / vacant title.
Dude, don't respect. Look at that record.
This
Respect.
is
Put some
Amanda's-
respect on that name.
Boys, this
Aspen lad, she's up and coming. All right, she's the future. Look.
Oh, and she already beat she beat Chiesol.
Wait.
Whoa, what a run.
Whoa.
She's a beast. That one's a draw. Wait, she had 2 draws in a row. Nobody's ever done that.
Look at this record.
Raquel Pennington, the GOAT.
Wow.
Why isn't she on the pound for pound list?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
Mario
so-
Bueno Silva. She looks like my character in
Go back to
Far
there.
Cry Primal.
Totally. She's got a good look to her. Go back one to just the fight card.
Yep.
There is an up-and-comer named Ian Gary. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ian Gary is a half-decent fighter. We'll give him a little credit.
Let's go, Ian.
Oh,
Why
you
does
want the
everybody
next
hate Ian Gary?
I love Ian Gary.
Do you?
Yeah, he's Irish, like
Jake.
Conor McGregor.
Come on, man.
What do you love besides him being Irish?
Are you Jake? Are you Irish?
I am.
he's
I
Irish.
am.
I'm
one,
twice as Irish as
I am
Jacob.
18% Irish.
18%.
I'm 36%
Dude,
Irish.
we should go to Ireland and we should go meet Conor at the Black Forge Inn, man.
Let's go.
Dude, apparently it's so good. The food's so good there.
The best in town.
Yeah,
Best in Dublin?
Totally.
You know what they serve?
Ah,
French food.
They do it better.
whatever. Conor McGregor. I don't know why people even like Conor McGregor. I sent you guys that video. He couldn't even do like a little jump.
Dude, that's a hard move.
I could do it, and I'm. an
Yeah.
idiot.
He was jumping in sand. There's no spring.
Well, that was.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty
questionable.
hard, but he's like a
Dude, he's a world-class
UFC
athlete.
fighter.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have liked
I don't know.
to have seen that, but we were just talking about Ian Gary, boys.
Well, we were talking about
Conor
Irish
McGregor.
fighters.
Conor the cuckold. Jake's
No.
just like Conor McGregor. Ian Gary.
Ian Gary is a cuckold.
Ian Gary.
Yeah, I love Ian Gary.
He's
man.
an actual cuckold, though,
Okay,
isn't he?
no, he's not.
Ian Gary.
No,
Ian Gary
no,
hired
no,
his
no, no,
ex-wife's, his current wife's ex-husband as his nutritionist, and the nutritionist.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The nutritionist made him vegan. You know
Good.
that? Did you know that?
She made the husband.
His current
Wait.
wife.
Oh.
Her ex-husband works as Ian Gary's dietitian and nutritionist,
Platonic.
and he is vegan now since his new trainer's on board.
And he's winning
Right.
every fight.
He's winning every fight. Fair credit to him.
Yeah.
Credit to
Wow.
him.
Where's that
He's
fight?
winning every fight.
Ian Gary beat Jeff Neal. Ian Gary beat Neil Magny. Ian Gary beat, I believe, Daniel Rodriguez.
Sorry, guys. Are we in the prelims or what's going on here?
We're looking
not
at the
seeing
main
it.
Yeah,
card,
what's
and
happened
it's
is-
pretty poor, to be honest.
No, what's happened is Ian Gary's been bumped to the second last fight of the night. Sorry, first fight of the night in
What?
the prelims. Yeah, go to the prelims, Aaron. Early prelims.
You're kidding.
Early
me.
prelims?
Yep. Ian Gary.
No.
Michael Venom. It's not going to be there.
Oh.
Michael
that's-
Van.
it's
Michael
just
Ian
Van.
Gary
to
and Michael
shuffle it on
Yeah,
cheaper.
yeah, I see.
Okay.
Michael
Oh.
Page had that fight against Kevin Holland. Looked pretty good, man. This is gonna be a crazy striking match. I actually
Similar
think
reach.
Michael Page wins this fight.
I think so.
Yeah, 100%.
He's 22
I think so,
and 2.
too.
Is he an underdog, Aaron?
Yeah? Michael
What are the
Page.
odds?
On this page, odds.
No
Not showing.
odds.
It's not showing for so many of the
I'd
fights.
say MVP is probably going to be the underdog.
a
Yeah,
little underdog.
dude.
Yeah.
Bet the house on MVP. It's a lock.
He's 37 years old. He's 10 years older.
Okay, maybe not.
I mean, he could go out and have a shutout.
bet like an affordable amount of money on Michael Van
MVP
Page.
can't win a
Dude.
tit for tat. He's not going to go punch for punch. He's got to like be winning the fight.
Dude, he did that. He did that
Yeah,
with
but
Kevin
It
Holland.
wasn't
caught-
tit for tat. He pieced him up the whole time.
Kevin Holland just couldn't do anything.
There's some odds
That's
there.
what has to happen for MVP to win. If it's gritty and dirty,
Nah,
then
he
it's a
can
Mike.
fight. He can fight.
Then it's
Okay.
a Mike Perry situation.
Who
where
has
he's
Ian
just
Gary?
It's not
He's
every
not the same brawl.
because they're both rangy strikers. Who
think-
wins a rangy striking battle?
I think Ian will take him down.
Real?
I think
don't
Ian Gary will
Ian
take
Gary-
him down.
What?
Yep. And he will
No.
probably submit him.
Ryder. That's
Who's
silly,
the
man.
fanboy now?
I don't like Ian Gary.
What is he, like a black belt in jiu-jitsu now?
MVP is not. And he has no grappling XP.
Dude, MVP's been... He can grapple. Guarantee MVP
Who's he
can grapple.
grappled?
Doesn't matter. He
Well,
can.
Who's
You're just saying
Ian
that 'cause
Machado
you don't
Gary
like Mike
beat?
Guys, let's
He
look at the
can.
record.
He's
Here
beat
it
Neil. He's beat Magny. Those guys
Beat D-Rod.
have lost versus everybody. He's
Yeah.
beat D-Rod, who's lost versus a lot of people.
For
is.
sure.
We just saw that.
That's it. He's
Yep.
been fighting scrubs, man. None
Before
of
that,
these guys, none of these
Darian
guys
Weeks
have
down there.
anything near what
Decisions,
MVP
Darian
has.
Weeks.
None of these guys have anything near what MVP has.
Maybe that favors Jake's
striking
bet.
wise.
Maybe that favors
I'm telling you, MVP.
11-4. Gabe Green was 11-4 when he fought Ian Gary, so he's no scrub.
But I do
mean,
like
that's pretty
Ian.
bad.
I'm with you.
11-4. It's a
I'm
fine
rooting for you.
record. You're like
I'm just
talking like Gabe Green is like a good win, man.
He's got a couple of he's going to
Gabe
start off
Green.
slow, right? But right away, Ian Gary, he gets a knockout, and then he goes decision.
He sucks,
Like-
man. He's Patty Pimblett, pretty much.
Just decisions.
I think he's going to decision.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decisions in the UFC.
You prove my point. I think MVP is going to be a rangy striking battle. I think MVP wins that.
I agree.
You. I'm just saying my opinion.
No,
I'm just
fair.
saying Ian
That's fair.
Gary's probably got the huge grappling advantage.
What makes you say
Where's
that,
all the
Ryder?
submissions?
You'll see it.
Where's all the ground
He's
control
one win by
time?
submission.
Where's ground control time?
Well, that's 10% of his wins by submission.
Is there ground control time on that?
He averages
just
0
what you see
submissions
here.
per 15 minutes, and Ryder says that he's going to submit MVP.
Well, you're gonna laugh at every bad take until it's a great
Ryder,
take.
we're just joking around, buddy.
We're
It's
kidding.
all good.
Well, you guys haven't had a single take this entire 45-minute episode. How
Yeah,
about
dude,
that?
we just said MVP is going to beat Ian
I
Machado
just said
Gary.
that, yeah.
You said bet the house on MVP.
Yeah.
That's a good take.
And you said
Do it.
Ian Gary with 0 submission attempts per 15 minutes. Is gonna
Was it
submit.
0 attempts?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, that's
Yeah, he hasn't
because
even
he
a-
just hasn't grappled anybody. He hasn't had to grapple any high-level
MVP is
people.
going to submit him.
You know what happens in every high-level MMA fight when two strikers can't knock each other out? They clinch and they grapple. And with these new gloves, we're currently like 28-4 for decisions.
Yeah.
So-
MVP by decision.
It's not gonna be like a knockout crazy strike. Yeah, I think it'll
What are
be
the
like
new
a
gloves?
lame kickboxing fight that has some clinching and grappling. Maybe it goes to the ground briefly. Ian Gary, probably by decision. I've got.
What's the difference with the new gloves?
There was a redesign.
I think they're supposed to hold your fingers more curled.
There's been more eye pokes and rakes in the last like 35 UFC fights since they unveiled them. Then like the percentage is crazy. Eye pokes in the last 2 years versus eye pokes in the last 30 fights, which is only a month and a bit since Dustin Islam, which was one UFC event, so it was one pay-per-view 1 month.
How long ago did they introduce them?
There's been 2 fight nights and 1 pay-per-view
Wow,
since
so
they've
very
introduced.
recent.
So only 30 fights.
Okay.
32, 34 fights or something like that. And there's been like 18 eye pokes. Did you see on Islam's glove after his win? The UFC logo was completely rubbed off his glove.
Really?
Yeah. It was just completely rubbed off.
Cheap.
Hopefully they get that figured out.
Obviously, this will not be like
that
the
it?
first fight of the night. This is going to be like prelims.
Oh.
Or this is going to be a main event. This is going to be on the main event. Ian
Joe-
Gary MVP.
Cub
Okay, we'll go
Swanson?
through these quick. But
Joe Pfeiffer.
Joe Pfeiffer is coming back after his loss to Jacker Manson.
Wow, yeah, that's right. Joe Pfeiffer's been forgotten about. I forgot he's a big favorite versus Marc-André, but Marc-André just lost versus
Canadian?
yeah, he just lost versus Chris Curtis. Yeah,
Chris Guidi.
split decision. I don't know. Marc-André. I would love for some nice Canadians to start gaining
We are
some
rooting
momentum.
for our own here, but
For sure. I got no allegiance to Joe Pfeiffer.
I do
in
like Joe
Philadelphia.
Pfeiffer though. I think he's got a lot of power. He just he needs to hone his skills, and I think he's a big threat.
He was bragging about having a stronger punch than Francis Ngannou.
He does.
Well, he couldn't knock out Jack Hermanson.
Wow.
and he's been knocked out
Jack
like 8
Hermansson's pretty
times.
slippery, man. He's the Joker.
He's the Joker.
Can't even catch him. He's the Joker.
No, I don't know.
All
I
right.
think that Joe Pfeiffer could easily win that. I think that should be
Oh, dude.
a good layup for Joe Pfeiffer.
He beat Gerald.
Yeah, Gerald
Meerschaert. Dude,
Gerald.
the Meerkat.
The Meerkat, he's a beast.
The mirror.
Dude,
From
he
Boston.
actually has like the most submission wins in UFC history.
He
almost.
is crazy. Yeah, look at this.
28 wins
Whoa.
by submission, man.
I love
he's legit,
Meerschaert.
man.
The UFC's cool like that.
He's my
'cause,
favorite fighter.
You know, this guy's...
Dude, he would have beat Khamzat if it started
If he
on the
was
ground.
better. Yeah, if he was better.
They started them on the ground.
Now, there's other fights. So you got...
Okay.
Let's go back to the main card there,
Yep.
Aaron.
No, the prelims are where we're
Sorry.
at.
Charles Jourdain,
Jourdain.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadian represent.
2 Canadians right away, back to back. That's
Yeah.
okay.
We got Cub Swanson, Andre Touchy-Feely.
How is Cub still in it? I thought he was like in the Hall of Fame and retired.
No, Cub's awesome.
He's
still in it.
awesome, but he's only got 21 fights. Oh, there it is.
Cub's got the
There it
palm
is.
tree
40,
tattoo on his
43 fights. Yeah, he's a
Oh, that's
SoCal
sweet.
guy.
Yeah.
I like Cub Swanson. He's got a good fight style.
He's a SoCal guy. He just has
SoCal
SoCal
written
tattooed
on
right
his
out his
chest.
chest.
Right
Yeah.
across his chest. SoCal.
And the palm tree.
So
Coming
go
up.
back
Dude,
to the
Where you
card
from?
there. Honestly, Charles Jourdain, he's been beat by a few mediocre people, and I think Cub is honestly pretty good. He's
good.
fought a lot of high level.
I thought Cub's fighting Touchy-Feely, though. That's the fight.
No.
Go back to the card.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Cub is fighting Feely.
Who just-
Charles is
who
fighting
just-
Jean Silva.
And who did Feely just fight and got knocked out by?
Yeah, Feely just had a TKO loss recently to
Who was
Aaron's
it?
got it.
Too many tabs.
Yeah, I gotta close some tabs.
I see that.
50K E-game.
Yay!
Brutal.
560K Ige.
Ige, not
5
Ige.
billion Ige.
Whoa.
Sorry, man, I wasn't looking at that.
So go back to the main card.
Wait,
prelims.
pull that up, Aaron.
Hang on, I just gotta clear
You're
some
good.
tabs. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're getting down in the...
The nitty
Yeah,
gritty,
this is
really.
like, these aren't even
Yeah,
worth talking
okay,
about. We
anyways.
got another Canadian and Gillian
A
Robertson.
red-headed Canadian.
We got Andre
Karate Hottie.
Arlovsky.
They're fighting for the 15th.
Oh, I
ranked
love the
strawweight
Karate
women's-
Hottie.
They're fighting for the 15th place in the women's strawweight division.
I'll watch that fight.
Who's the karate hottie?
Karate Hottie.
Michelle Waterson-Gomez. She sucks.
What?
She's not even like, she's more of a submission person than a knockout person.
Yeah,
Look at that
right.
record. She's 18-12.
Yeah, look at that. 9 wins by submission. Hey.
Yeah. Good fight.
Not bad. And then
Go back, Aaron.
Yeah, you guys are wanting to
Pretty
breeze
good. We
through.
got Andre coming back for another fight.
Andre Arlovsky's 45 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
He's an underdog. He's fighting a Slovakian man who's 12-2. So that's a bit of danger for him.
But I think that pretty much covers it. Both
pretty
both
good.
cards.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Andre is
overall-
45.
Go to just the prelims. You're on the early prelims there, Aaron.
Yeah.
Just go to
I
the
think we-
prelims. I think there was one more thing. It's Peyton Talbot that I want to talk about. Peyton Talbot just beat Cameron Simon.
Yeah.
He brutalized him. Remember that fight?
Yeah, I watched that fight.
He's really skilled, Peyton Talbot.
He's the massive favorite.
We'll watch.
there.
We'll be watching
He's
him.
I
for
think
sure.
probably the biggest favorite on this card. He's fighting Yanis Jamuri, who's got a great record, but
weird stance.
Peyton Talbot, very weird forward shoulders on Gamuri in this picture.
Oh, man, he's just flexing his chest.
Yeah, he's flexing. Yeah. But I got Talbot in this one. He's a beast, and I think he's kind of like, he's Canadian.
Heck yeah.
No, he's American. Yeah,
It's
he's
a weird
American.
tattoo right there.
There's a black circle right in the middle of his.
Yeah, how
That's
different.
interesting. It's an interesting spot for that.
Yeah. But anyway, that is about all of it. So, I mean, to summarize, boys, have a really nice fight night this weekend. Should be a great fight night. Enjoy it.
If you made it this far, thanks for listening again.
That's right. And, enjoy the fight night this upcoming Saturday. And then 303 coming up, just about 10, 12 sleeps from now. So, stay tuned. Bunch of big fights coming our way. And, thanks for listening, Aaron. Thanks for everything you've done for us.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And, thanks, boys, for coming over and hanging out.
Cheers.
Good night, guys.